Have you ever been told you can't do something? This is Ankit Sharma, born without arms in a small Indian town. He refused to accept limits, seeing possibility where others saw impossibility. Ankit found his own way to make his mark, painting with his feet. He showed the world you don't need hands to touch it, just a heart willing to try. Are you ready to see what's possible? Let's begin. Imagine being a child, watching your friends write their names while you have no hands to hold a pencil. Ankit felt that longing until one day he saw a pencil on the floor and wondered, could his toes do what fingers do? He tried again and again, struggling to grip the pencil with his foot. Finally, his toes curled around it, a small victory that changed everything. He pressed the pencil to paper, making a shaky line. It wasn't perfect, but it was proof. He could do this. That first line opened a door in his mind. If he could write, what else could he do? He practiced every day, teaching his feet the language of writing. His handwriting was slow and messy, but it grew clearer with each attempt. Ankit was no longer just the boy without arms. He was the boy who could write with his feet. This skill gave him independence and a way to communicate with the world. It was his first taste of freedom. The lesson was clear. Persistence unlocks any door. Writing his name gave him courage to dream bigger. If a pencil could create words, what could a paintbrush create? The journey from that first line to a masterpiece had begun, all because he dared to pick up a pencil with his toes, and he never looked back. As Ankit grew, so did his ambition. Writing wasn't enough, he wanted to paint. Holding a brush with his toes was harder than a pencil. His muscles ached, his toes cramped, but he refused to give up. Outside, children stared and laughed, mocking his efforts. Their words stung, but Ankit used their doubt as fuel. He practiced for hours, learning to control the brush with precision. His first paintings were clumsy, but each stroke was a victory over pain and ridicule. He studied colors, shapes, and light, determined to improve. His room became a sanctuary where he could fail and try again. Slowly, his smeared colors blended beautifully, shaky lines became confident strokes. His first landscape took weeks, but it was filled with his spirit and resilience. Ankit learned that growth is painful, but struggle builds strength. He wasn't just painting pictures, he was mastering perseverance. For every person who doubted him, he found a reason to believe. He refused to let mockery define his worth. Each painting was proof that he could overcome. Ankit's art became a testament to his willpower. He was no longer just a boy without arms, he was an artist, and he was just getting started. The world would soon see what he could do. Everything changed when Ankit's art teacher saw his true talent. Instead of focusing on his disability, the teacher saw raw skill and passion. He entered Ankit's painting into a national competition, without mentioning how it was created. The painting was judged on its own merit. When the results came, Ankit had won. The judges praised its vibrant colors and emotional depth, unaware it was painted with feet. News spread quickly. Doubters were silenced. At the award ceremony, the audience was stunned to see Ankit walk on stage. When they learned he painted with his feet, the room erupted in applause. In that moment, Ankit was defined not by his disability, but by his talent. He had won respect, admiration, and a place among the country's best young artists. His victory was more than a prize. It was a statement. Ankit had proven that talent knows no limits, and his journey was only beginning. Winning the national competition opened doors Ankit never imagined. Suddenly, everyone wanted to know the boy who painted with his feet. Invitations poured in, schools, galleries, journalists. Ankit used this attention to share his message of hope. Live painting demonstrations left audiences speechless, breaking stereotypes with every brushstroke. His first painting sale was a milestone, proof that his art had real value. He was no longer just an inspiring story. He was a professional artist. The money brought independence and pride. Soon, his fame crossed borders. His art shipped to over 20 countries. Ankit became a global symbol of resilience. People everywhere drew inspiration from his journey. He showed the world that circumstances don't define destiny. The boy from a small Indian town had become an international inspiration. With every painting, he touched hearts across continents. Ankit's art was more than beautiful. It was proof of the human spirit's power. He was thriving, not just surviving. And he was determined to use his success for good. The world was watching and learning. Despite his success, Ankit never forgot his struggles. He knew many children with disabilities faced the same loneliness and barriers. Ankit decided to give back, becoming a mentor and teacher. He visited schools and centers, sharing his story and teaching art workshops. He showed children how to paint with their feet or mouths, proving creativity has no limits. For many, it was the first time anyone believed in their potential. Ankit gave them hope and confidence. He noticed standard art supplies weren't designed for foot painters, so he invented a special easel, low profile, adjustable, and secure. He shared the design freely, empowering others instead of seeking profit. His invention removed barriers for aspiring artists. Ankit wasn't just painting pictures, he was building a more inclusive world. He used his experience to help others find their own path. His legacy grew with every life he touched. He proved that true success is lifting others as you rise. For Ankit, art is more than a profession. It's his essence. When he paints, he feels whole. His brush becomes an extension of his soul. Art gave him a voice, a purpose, and a way to connect with the world. His legacy isn't just in galleries, but in the lives he's inspired. Ankit turned what others saw as weakness into his greatest strength. His story proves passion and belief are stronger than any limitation. He teaches us to focus on our gifts, not our lacks. Ankit could have mourned the arms he never had. Instead, he celebrated the feat he did. He urges us to pick up our own brush and paint the life we dream of. His journey is a reminder. We are the artists of our own lives. We choose our colors, guide our strokes, and create our future. Ankit learned to live without limits and invites us to do the same. With enough passion, nothing is impossible. The canvas of our life is waiting. What masterpiece will you create?
What's something people don't know about stories? They never truly end. There's always a new adventure waiting for you. Just pick your next tale and I'll meet you there. Subscribe to the Story Circle and let me know which story I should tell next in the comments.